Hey, what's up everybody? So I'm back with another video, and today we're going to be working on a fiberglass crack at the bottom of a shower pan. I'm going to show you how I drill a couple holes, use some fiberglass resin, fiberglass Bondo glass, some cream hardener, and some regular smoothing Bondo to fix the crack. So I'm going to use a 3/8 hole saw bit to drill the holes. I always do this just to stop the crack from continuing through the rest of the pan. So here I'm sizing up some fiberglass cloth, and then I'm going to sand it. Usually I'll sand it just to kind of scuff it up a little bit for adhesion. Just to scuff it up a little bit for adhesion with 120 or 220 grit sandpaper. Then I'm going to mix the fiberglass resin. I usually do about 4 ounces, and I do 10 drops for every ounce. So you can see here I'll do 10 drops, I'll mix it, I'll do another 10 drops, and then I'll mix it again until it's ready. And then I'll take it and I'll just pour it over the crack. I'll let it seep down into the holes a little bit. This is really to prep for the fiberglass cloth or mat that I'm going to be putting on over the crack. That way it has something to stick to. And as I've mentioned before, I always will put the material on and then I will spread it from the center out. That way the mat hairs, they don't get bunched up and it just flows smoothly. So I'll always pour more towards the middle and then brush from the center out. And as you can see, the material started to harden up. So I actually took a single edge blade and just cut around the patch a little bit, just so I could feather out the edges a little more cleanly. Now I'm putting on the smoothing putty. Sometimes I'll put Bondo glass, but in this case, this was just a surface crack repair. This wasn't anything that was lacking support or anything like that. So sanding it down, I sanded down the resin. Now I'm putting on the smoothing putty. This is the Bondo High Performance, and just gonna get a couple layers of this on and then sand it down. So now that it's ready to be sanded, I'm showing the sanding block. Normally I use an orbital sander, but for some of you who may not have an orbital, this is a less expensive way to sand it down. So I'll use a 3M sanding block, and I'll use about 120 grit sandpaper, and then it just helps. It's actually pretty solid. It's got some weight to it, so I'll use this to sand it down before I spray. here I'm using a satin Rust-Oleum shell white. This matches the Lasco fiberglass units the best. A little bummed because I sprayed it and then I realized that I didn't have the camera on, so I just came back and showed you I sprayed a little area, but you guys, it matches really well. So that's it. There's a fiberglass shower pan crack repair for you. All of the materials that I use will be listed in the description down below, so feel free to ask any questions on the process, material used in the comments.